What happens when you put 100-year-old tires on a modern car?
Oh, my tire's guts are coming out.
What about tires from the future on a car from today?
How far has tire technology come in the past 100 years?
And are these airless tires really the tire of the future? Let's find out. Welcome to Donut. This is a 100-year-old wheel and tire off of a Ford Model A. And well, Model A's are pretty expensive, so we had no choice but to put them on a Miata.
And that wasn't as easy as you might think. You see, our Miata uses a 4x100 bolt pattern, but these super old wheels use a 5x5.5 bolt pattern.
We got a bit of a problem, Zach.
Yeah,
But that's no problem. There are off-the-shelf adapters that convert these exact bolt patterns. The tricky part is the size difference. Normal Miata tires are 22 inches in diameter, but these old ones are 30 inches. There's no chance these will fit under the wheel wells, so we have to use spacers. A lot of spacers.
yeah, it looks like we're gonna need a lot of spacers, like possibly double digits.
And since our future tires had the exact same problem, we decided to just leave the spacers on the whole time.
But how will 100-year-old tires perform in a modern braking test? And in case you're wondering how those compare to a modern set of tires, so obviously we've come a long way in 100 years, but what about the future?
Well, what the heck? The future tire didn't even do as good as the present day tire.
It barely did better than the old one.
What's up with that? Over to you, Jerry. This is a 1928 Model A tire, and many early pneumatic tires like these were just simple molded cases of natural rubber designed to prevent the inner tube from rupturing. That's right, this thing's got a tube in it. But these specific tires were revolutionary at the time for using biased ply technology. That's when plies or layers of fiber are crisscrossed throughout the natural rubber at 45-degree angles to the rim. So that structure helps the tire hold its shape and makes it a lot stronger than just plain old rubber. And when your tire has more strength, it's going to lead to improved performance. The only problem is, back in the day, these plies right here were made out of cotton. And cotton and natural rubber tires have all completely disintegrated years ago. So you might be saying, hey, Jerry, the Model A tire doesn't exist anymore, and how'd you get this one? Well, these are replica Model A tires built with the same tread pattern and construction, just with updated materials. But here's the thing, I want to know how these compare to a tire like this in a modern day driving scenario.
That's right, Jerry, you tall glass of brains.
Yeah, now we just got done testing these tires and comparing them in terms of braking. So now it's time to compare them in terms of acceleration. All right, we got Adam down there in the Miata ready to go. All right, Adam, ready whenever you are. God, I hope those stay on the car. Ridiculous.
That was so sketchy.
Oh, 7.05.
7.05. Nice.
Now let's see how the modern tires do. If you like my shirt, you can buy it on donutmedia.com. Car people, it takes a village to raise a car.
All right, Adam, on you, brother.
Yeah. Sounds cooler than it looks.
6.49.
6.49.
That's way faster than those 100-year-old suckers. All right, Adam, ready whenever you are for those future tires. Wow, that looks stupid.
Oh, wow, that's a little sketchy.
7.03.
All right, so our 100-year-old tires did a 7.05 second acceleration. The future tires did a 7.03 second, and the current day tires did a 6.49 second acceleration. So the old ones and the future ones, pretty similar.
I think the lesson that we learned here is there's no time like the present.
That's exactly right. And there's no tire like the present. Now, it's not surprising at all that our Accelera tires outperform the other two. They have a compound and tread design specifically made for asphalt. But what allows a tire like this to perform so much better than its predecessor is not just the compound, but also the advancement in construction. So these right here are radial tires. And unlike a bias ply tire, plies on radial tires run 90 degrees from the center, but more importantly, they have crisscrossing steel belts that sit on the crown. Now, the separation of the crown and the sidewall allows these two areas to function independently. Because the sidewall isn't linked to the center of the tire, it can deflect and roll, helping keep the tire in contact with the road to maintain grip in the corners.
That's right, Jerry, and to prove it, we are back at the track for a lateral G test.
That's right, we're gonna drive around this big circle, and whichever tire can do it the fastest wins. A good tire will maintain grip even when you've got a bunch of lateral G-forces pushing against you. I can't imagine a tire from 100 years ago is gonna do all that good.
They hated lateral Gs back then.
They didn't even know what they were.
First, to set a baseline, our modern tire. Zach, let's go! Ooh, 8.72. 8.72. Whoa! Yeah, with these big old honkers on it, heck yeah. Now let's see how the 100-year-old Model A tires do. I'm a little concerned about this one. This is definitely the jankiest setup. Looks like the Great Gatsby. 9.88.
This feels super soft and sloppy. I mean, it immediately wants to just slide out. You're kind of wrestling with it. Kind of feels like you're on ice. It feels very weird.
So Zach's on the future tires, and his time starts now. 11.09 seconds. I think we're starting to see a pattern here. Modern day tires are better than 100-year-old tires and even tires from the future.
Now, for supposedly being the tire of the future, these things have been performing pretty poorly so far. And that's honestly to be expected when you have a tread compound and design meant for off-roading. You see, airless tires like these, they don't exist yet as a consumer tire. These specific tires are Michelin TWEELS, and they're really designed to be used on UTVs. But tire manufacturers are saying they're going to have road-legal airless tires like these by next year. And that's a pretty big engineering challenge because air has an important function in a tire. It provides support for your car while also allowing enough deformation in your tire to maintain maximum grip over a large range of operating temperatures. And now that's great and all until you get a puncture and then all of that grip and support goes away. Hence the need for a tire like this. So to try and make up for the deflection of the sidewall of a pneumatic tire, these spokes right here are thinned out towards the edge and are designed to flex, mimicking the air in a pneumatic tire. But here's the thing. These spokes are made of polyurethane, and polyurethane doesn't transfer heat like air does. The air inside a tire helps dissipate heat away from the tread. And a polyurethane spoke can't transfer heat as good. So that tread, it gets hot and hot and hot and hotter, and it causes it to fail much quicker. Heat dissipation is one of the big reasons that we haven't seen any road legal versions of this tire yet. But the obvious positive of these airless tires is that they don't need air. You can't ever puncture them, ever. So we're gonna do one more test, and that is the
Durability test. We've got a mixed track setup. Some of it's gonna be off-road. There's a curb we have to run over, and there's a spike strip just before the finish line. Whichever tire gets the best lap time wins.
Big light, gently. Okay.
No, yeah, no problem. Oh, those are flat.
Well, let's get across the line before they go flat.
58.29 seconds.
Okay, we gotta get this thing in before they go flat. My tire's guts are coming out.
Now let's see how the modern tires do.
And we're up. Might lose the exhaust.
finish line.
Oh my
49.69 seconds.
That was way more action.
That was way violent.
And we're across the line. Going off-road. Okay, gotta line up the spike strip. Hey, we're getting away, dude. All right, what's my time?
106.34.
Hey, that's not too bad.
And they didn't pop when we ran over the nails.
Yeah, that seems to be the biggest benefit to these future tires, but I think they have a long way to go before they're gonna be replacing the tires of the day.
Air is safe for now. Thank you guys for watching this video and everything else that we upload all the time. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss anything. Go find a car and your friends and get a camera and make a video about you ruining like we do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Really fun.
Bye.